Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Do you have trouble planning your meals out for the next week? Do you have trouble knowing what to buy at the grocery store? Is it hard to keep track of what you've run out of or what you need? Well, you're going to want to stay tuned because I'm going to share all my top secrets. So let me take you into my kitchen and show you my first step. Here is my dry erase board. It goes from the ceiling all the way down to the floor. And I generally only write so far down because it's hard to write, but there you can get an overview of it. Now I have it broken down into different categories. The first thing I did was I made a little menu board here just by using a ruler and a dry erase marker. And it's got all the days of the week on it. And so that helps me plan for the next week what we're going to make. As you can see, I usually don't fill in anything for Saturday and Sunday. We kind of do leftovers or just sandwiches or something really simple. But if there is something that I want to make, I'll fill it in. So this is a peek at what I'm going to use for my menus for next week. And I keep it really simple, usually just a main course. I do have rice on with Monday's orange chicken and garlic bread with my spaghetti, but sometimes I'll just put a main idea like the ham cheddar pie and the lentil shepherd pie. Over here I have my groceries. Now we normally shop at Aldi's once a week, and so I just jot down things as I notice that we need them. You might notice it's not very neat or very orderly, but this is just the way I do it. This is real life, and this works for me. So if you see there, I noticed when I was looking over it this morning, I have orange jello and then I have orange jello again, and that happens sometimes, but at the moment I notice we need something, I write it down on the board, or my husband does. We also shop at a Mark's, a Sam's. I order things in the mail from Grove. I shop at Dollar Tree, as you all know if you watch my channel. There's a local place called Byler's. It's like a little fruit market. And Walmart. So anything that I need from any of those places at any time I notice, I just jot it down on my board. Down here I have an errands list. If I ever have to make a return, I jot that down. Coming over here, I have a freezer list, and I've tried over the years to keep track of what I have in my freezer, and this is actually what has worked for me. If I put an item in my freezer, I put it on the list, and then however many servings I have, I put that many check marks. As we use the items, I erase the check marks for how many servings we've used. Now you'll notice some of the items I keep on the list and there's no check marks. That means I hope to make it again and put it in the freezer. It also can jog my memory like, oh, we haven't had that in a while and I don't have any in the freezer. I think I'll make that this week. This is a little brainstorming area. It just says make soon. And if you'll notice, there's the lentil shepherd's pie, and if you look over on my freezer list, there's not any check marks, and that's one of my favorites. My husband goes along with it because he knows I love it. So I'm going to be incorporating that into my menu this week on Thursday. Now, if you don't have a dry erase board like this in your kitchen, which I'm pretty sure you probably don't because it's pretty unique, don't worry about that. Just use whatever kind of method will work for you, such as a notebook or a piece of paper for the week or a little dry erase board. You know, just be creative and take from this the items that you think might work for you and discard the rest. But this is just what works for us. So now we're going to head back to the table and I'm going to show you my next step in the process. A couple little tips that I wanted to mention. You might have noticed when you looked at my dry erase board that there was a couple items on my list that said soon or check or question mark. So if there's something that we don't use a lot of, such as brown sugar, that's been on my list for months now. It says brown sugar soon. I don't want to be without it on those rare occasions when I need it, but I also don't want to buy it ahead because it gets hard as a brick. So I just wrote brown sugar soon on the top of the list, and that keeps it on my mind. And each week as I'm making up my grocery list, I can say, do I need that yet? Oh no, we haven't used that. I still don't need it. On my list this week, it says check bleach. So I'm noticing I'm running out of it upstairs, and I don't remember if I bought extra. I might have it in the basement, and I don't really want to buy it until I actually need it. So before I actually head out to the store, I'll go down and check on the bleach. So this system has worked really well for me. I used to overbuy, and things would go bad before I could use them because I never wanted to be without an item. I wanted to have a well-stocked pantry and be ready to make anything that we normally would use to make things that we like. So try that tip and see if it works for you. So as you probably saw on my board, I've already brainstormed out the recipes that I want to make for this week. A little tip there, take into account what your schedule looks like. I always look at my schedule on my calendar and see, is this a good night for a crock pot? Is this a good night for a crock pot meal? Or would this be a day when I'm going to be home that I will have more time to put into meal prep? Are we going to the gym? Do we need something fairly uncomplicated that I can put together when we get home from the gym? So that's the kind of thing that I look at when I'm deciding what day I'm going to make what item. Then my next step is, now that I've got my meals planned, I'm just going to peruse my my recipes, and make sure that I have all the items that I need. Since I usually keep a pretty well-stocked kitchen, I don't always need to buy special items for those recipes. I already have them on hand mostly. And most of those items you saw on my board are just things that we're low on or that I've run out of. So I'm going to turn off the camera now, and I'm going to look through my recipes and make sure I have all the items that I need. And then I'm going to go ahead and write out a list. And I like to make it on a big sheet of paper. And this is a tip for when you make your list. If you can think what area comes first when you walk into your grocery store, kind of group that together. Mine is like snack items, and then it goes to fruits and veggies, and then it goes to dairy. So that'll save you a lot of time and backtracking. So I just simply use a big sheet of paper, and I start and I look at my list off the board, and I just start and write in to the areas where I think they'll appear in the grocery store. So I'm going to get to that, and after that, my husband and I are going to head out to Aldi's and get the groceries. So here's my list. I have it all ready to go. We're ready to head out the door to go shop, and I wanted to give you another little tip. I've never bought prunes at Aldi's before, so I don't know what area they're in. So I thought maybe snacks at the beginning, and then I thought maybe baking. So just go ahead and put something in the two areas that you think they might be, and then hopefully they're in one of your guesses. And also, if you ever have any returns to the store, I like to write that on my list too, because 9 times out of 10 I'll forget to do it. I'll take it in the car and leave it and come home with it. Aldi's has an awesome return policy. I bought some ranch, popcorn seasoning, honey? Yeah, I bought some ranch popcorn seasoning, and it's not been used up hardly at all. It's way in date. It's pretty new, and it's hard as a rock. And I've tried to loosen it, and I can't. So they have an excellent return policy. Usually they give you your money back and replace it for free if you have your receipt. If you don't, sometimes they still do that anyway. So keep that in mind. If you're an Aldi shopper, it's a great benefit. Okay, gonna head out and shop. See you soon. Okay, we're back home from the store, and I have everything laid out on the table here, and I'm gonna go over what we got. I wanted to let you know another tip that I use for my list. I circle any item that I was unable to get at the store. So that helps me a lot to know that I can go and add that to my next week's list. Now, they do have orange jello there, but we buy the sugar-free, and I forgot they don't have that at Aldi's. So I'll be adding that to my list for another time, and it was nothing urgent. I try to buy ahead and keep stocked on the things that we normally use. So I'm going to start over here with the frozen. These crispy circles, my husband said they're really hard to find. They only have them certain times of the year, I guess, as a special purchase. Normally he buys the potato puffs, but he prefers these. So we had 2 of those on the list, the potato puffs, but we got 4 of these since they were a special time of the year that they had them, and they were only $1.99 a bag. I got my 2 dozen eggs. I did not have carrots on the list, but I did need those for the lentil shepherd's pie that I'm making this week. And then I got 2 of the sliced mushrooms, which are real handy for my husband's eggs. And then I got the whole ones. The sliced ones sometimes don't look as good. They get brown quicker, and I wasn't going to be using these until Thursday for the lentil shepherd pie, so I got the whole ones. These are 10 cents more per package for them to be washed and sliced, and it's really worth it for me when I do my husband's eggs. We got 2 bags of spinach, and I'll be making spinach salads for my husband. And I just realized we forgot to get the celery for his lunch, so I'll have to pick that up somewhere else. I'm gonna check my list. I have it crossed off. That's really weird. Okay. Yeah, I had the celery crossed off, but I didn't get it. Okay, anyways, these spinach are for my husband's salads, and I like to keep the romaine on hand. A lot of times I'll have a salad for lunch, or we'll have a little salad with our meal in the evening. I got 2 of the Cool Whip for stock. I keep those in our downstairs freezer, and I like to get the light whipped topping. My husband uses the non-fat Greek yogurt. This is a really good deal to get the big one of that. And he'll eat it plain, or he'll eat it with fruit for a snack. And also, when I make him his instant oats, I use that in the oats. And if you hear any noises, my husband's making us lunch right now, so that's my oven door squeaking. We got the liquid egg whites. These are amazingly priced compared to other stores. Really good deal. Also, the almond milk is a good deal. We use mostly almond milk unless it's something where it wouldn't taste as good or get the same results, then I use real milk. But that's a really good deal. Their cheese is always a great deal as well. We needed a bag of the shredded mozzarella, and I get the 4-cup size, which is huge and a super good deal. Same with the block cheese. I only need 1 of those for this week, but sometimes I buy 4 at a time. I like this Countryside Creamery, tastes like butter. It's just a spread that we use for whatever. Usually I buy real butter when I'm baking and so forth, but we'll use that to put on bread or toast or muffins, whatever like that. I did find my prunes, and they were in the snack aisle. That was the one item that I wasn't sure where they were going to be. And then we love their peanut butter, and it's a super great deal. We get the creamy. My husband likes this corned beef hash. I can't recommend it. I think it's disgusting, but he loves it. So we got 2 cans of those. And then I like to keep up my stock on black olives. They're dill pickles, which I love, the kosher baby dills. They're so delicious. And green olives. And then we got a loaf of bread this week, honey wheat. And this item I forgot to put on the list, although my husband told me he needed them. He's actually making us, what are they called? Quesadillas. He's making us quesadillas for lunch. And this is the size he uses for himself. I use the smaller ones. and he's using up our last one of these today. These are the things, well, actually this was on the list. I was going to say these are the things that weren't on my list that I got extras, but this was on the list. Extra virgin olive oil, and I actually had Sweet Baby Ray's, but I decided to go with their brand, which was a couple bucks cheaper almost, and I think we like it just as well. So I'm going to be using that this week for orange chicken. Is that what it's called, honey?
Yes.
Yeah, orange chicken. So in the crock pot. These are the items that were extra or splurges. This was a splurge for me. I thought this looked really good. I love popcorn, and it's roasted sweet corn flavored popcorn, so I'm going to give that a try. My husband thought this looked good, and it's a huge family size box. I think it was only, what was it? $2.99. Pumpkin spice frosted flakes. Obviously that's seasonal. And then my husband loves sparkling water, and so we get this wherever we find a good deal, and this was a really good deal today. I think it was $2.99.
Yes.
Yeah, $2.99 for a 12-pack. So he got the passion fruit and then one of the lemon. So just an overview of all the things I got. If you have any questions about any of their items, I'd be glad to answer them in the comments. We love Aldi. We save a lot of money by shopping there regularly. So let me know if you have any questions or if you have an item that you think I should try. So I'm back in my kitchen, all done putting my groceries away, and I'm gonna erase the stuff that I got today so I can keep up with everything. And actually I need to put sugar-free orange jello on there because I did not get that. And I did forget the celery, so I'm going to rewrite that. So I'm going to write celery since I actually checked it off my list and I forgot it, and I'm going to say sugar-free orange jello. Okay, I think I got everything else. Yep, I got everything else. So this is just my way of keeping track of everything. And also want to mention the beauty of my meal plan. My mom gave me some stuffed peppers, and we had those for Tuesday dinner. So since we didn't have the spaghetti, I'm just going to have the spaghetti on Wednesday, and then I won't need the ham cheddar pie, and going to make the lentil shepherd pie for Thursday. So the beauty of it is just because I plan it doesn't mean I have to make it for that day. If you have any questions about how I meal plan, how I keep my pantry stocked, or how I make out my grocery list, just put them in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'll link that below. If you haven't watched my 2 latest collaborations, one was the $5 Goodwill challenge and the other one was a useful DIY that I made out of recycled wood, then please check those out. I'll link them in the description box. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Didn't think they were in the snacks. He thought maybe they were in the, where is it? Canned. So, well, that's false because I didn't put them there.
I didn't have any idea.
Oh.
I said peanut butter in the can.
Okay. Start over. Bleep.